Alright, we're going to start this off strong. I know you don't know me, and I hardly know you, but I know the people that you've called out. Not specifically, but we all know who you're talking about. I know there's a little bit of, not misconception, but just a little bit of hatred behind whatever you say, telling them that they should go fuck themselves or at least to fuck off. I won't stand for it. They are my friends, and I'm willing to stand up for them. And this is how I'm going to do it. Now, I'm not as basic as you. I at least put in some editing in my own videos. Some of the longer ones, being over an hour and or 30 minutes, are really just recorded on my PC. I don't edit. For the most part, I'm trying to get better at that. But you, on the other hand, I've heard from them and I've seen in your own videos. You do not edit. You do not add music. You do not cut anything. You leave it at a solid strand of time. Now, I admit I do that myself, but only for the longer videos that are preferably over 30 minutes. But I do my best. I've edited down hours. I've edited down just a few minutes. However, I know you can do better. You are a man, after all. Someone who can do better, but chooses not to, despite, being able to do a lot. You have a bit of talent that I don't, being able to actually record people's voices. However, I know that is just through Twitch. And if it isn't, then okay, it's probably another way. Maybe Discord. And if it's not Discord, then I don't know. Maybe we can figure something out in that regard. However, Ethan, my friends, have called you out. Hence, I shall also act upon that and call you out regardless. I know I'm not the person you expected to be, but I'm doing it anyway. You are someone who needs to be put away. Not in jail, but at least behind a bar of, I need to shut the fuck up about who I'm talking to. Your career will go nowhere if you keep acting like this. This is my first call-out post, but then again, I can do more, and I might. Especially if you keep up what you're doing. Starting out with barely any subscribers and trying to put out merchandise? I have more views than you will ever get in your fucking life. I know I'm bragging there, but I don't care at this moment. You hardly have any views in your videos, and the max I've seen is 200 from about 8 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. Your videos suck. I've already called it out. No editing, or hardly any, if at that. But it's not that good at all. Plus the actual content, still not that good. You gotta do something with your life, man. Not try and put out merchandise when you're hardly averaging even 16 views. I don't average that many. But then I'm not putting out merchandise. Plus, I hardly focus on YouTube. This is one of the times I'm actually going to post on YouTube. I post on TikTok, mostly. You want to look me up? Go look up Goku, or something like that. Go to the coup. Go look that up, motherfucker, and we'll see how well you get from there. Or hell, I'll link it in the description. And actually, put something in there. Unlike your titles and descriptions, where you quite literally put everything you need to know in the title, and not in the description, in the beginning of the video, hell, even towards the middle. It's all just out there. You gotta put links, you gotta put credits, you gotta put anything in the description or at the end of the video. Maybe not the description, but at least credit for anything. Videos you steal, you are supposed to credit. People who you use in voice acting. Hell, even if it's just their Xbox username, that's credit regardless, because you are at least crediting the person who made or who you are working with. The fact that you don't do that is saying something about your moral character. Being a bitch is something that a lot of people don't want to be. You, however, are willing to show that side of you. I do it only when necessary. You, on the other hand, could definitely get some better morality in yourself. Why I'm saying all this is, like I said, you called out my friends. Whom, you may be asking? The people you were working with in your old RP. X Indigo Clo ring a bell? Does it? How about Unicorn? Does that ring a bell? Probably does. And if it doesn't, this should ring a bell through your thick skull. They've told me what I need to know. That's why I'm calling you out, considering they're my friends. And honestly, you are a scumbag. A degenerate, if I will. Maybe an incel. Well, that could not be the right word. Hell if I fucking know. You're the type of person who, like I said, won't credit, won't do anything like that, won't even edit. And that's just sad, man. Just so sad. You want true content? Go find a normal fucking YouTuber and maybe go through their posts. See how much editing they do. See how much credits they throw in, if any, considering they might have all original stuff compared to what you're doing. Hell, even look back at some of my posts, which I know you did. At least I presume you did. If you didn't, then do some fucking research, Ethan. I'm calling you out just because you called out my friends. If you want to then call me out again and do some shit like Penguin Zero does, or Moist Critical if you even know him, then go on. We'll talk. Hell, I'll even invite you to a party and we'll talk there. In the meantime, just think, Ethan. This is V1 White, signing off.